So I downloaded a 3D model of a CNC plasma cutter, and after I did that, I noticed that my model was really laggy and slow. It was really chugging. So what I want to show you is some things to look for when you're downloading from the 3D warehouse. So this is what I did. I went up to the 3D warehouse and I searched for CNC plasma. And I saw this model here and I was like, wow, that looks almost exactly like ours. It looks complete. That's great. And I downloaded it. But I didn't really look at anything before I downloaded it. So if I click on here, actually, where do I find the options for that? Here we go. When you click on them, you can see the options. So let's take a look at the options for this one. So I clicked on it and I didn't really notice that this one was 48 megabytes big, just this tool alone. And if I click on some other ones, I can see this one's 16 megabytes, so that's a lot smaller. Let's see, what else do I have here? This one here is 22 megabytes. So I'm going to need to be cognizant of the file size as I keep adding tools. And I noticed this one here was just 799 kilobytes. So you're going to have to choose which one you want to use. Now I'm going to download this one, even though it's the wrong size, and I'm going to see if I can fix it really quickly. So let's load this up. All right, here it is. So I'll grab the corner, bring it to my intersection or origin. Now, when I look at this, if I grab my tape measure tool, I can measure to see how long this thing is. It's about 62 inches, so it's kind of close to being as wide as I need it to be. I think ours is about 55 by 55, so it's close. What I need to do now is scale it. So if I press the S key for scale, or if I go to my tools, I can also go to scale. I can now drag this in the direction that I want it to go, and I'm just going to make sure it goes in the right direction, which is this way, and I'll type in 55 inches, and it will go to 55 inches, and now I can do the same here. If I want this to be 55 inches, but I don't quite want that to be 55 inches. I want this to be 55 inches for the entire bed. So what I can do here is I can scale it down so it looks about close. Now let's grab my tape measure and move it. Let's see, I have about 53. So I'm going to press scale, move it over a little bit more. Now let's see how I'm doing. 58. So let's undo the scale I just did. Let's move it just a little bit. All right, now it's going to be approximately 55 by 55. Now, does this look as good as the other one? No, it doesn't. The legs are blue. It doesn't really have a real CNC plasma cutter right here. But the thing is that this one is, I think it was 799 kilobytes, and the other one was 48 megabytes. So the other one is more than 50 times larger than this file size. So I'm going to use this one because it just gives us the idea of what it would look like. Of course, there's a couple things that I can do to make this model look a little bit more like ours. So let me triple click on this and see if I can select the. Yeah, see, the person that made this didn't make the frame as the components, but that's okay. Let me see if I can change the leg colors to black. There we go. So now it's looking quite a bit more like ours. The only thing that's going to be different is the computer's in the wrong spot. So maybe I can move that around a little bit. Let me give that a shot. One thing that I note here is now that I see those blue lines, I know that that's a component, which is great. So now I can grab these and move these around. And now let's just kind of flip these around here. No, it didn't work the way I wanted it to. Let's see if I can grab this bottom piece here. Maybe I can make these a group. There we go. Now it's going to rotate the way I want it to. Select my move tool, rotate it 90 degrees. No, it didn't work the way I wanted it to. What's going on here? Is that 90 degrees? There we go. That's exactly what I want. Perfect. So now I'm going to put the computer where I'd like for it to be. And I could even make a little bit of a cabinet to hold some of the things that I'm going to want to hold in it. Let's see here. How big is the cabinet? I think it's about, let's say it's 20 inches deep by, so let's see, 30 inches wide. How does that look? Whoops, wrong direction. So let's do 30 by 20. That looks a little bit too wide. There's about a chair that goes into it, and I know a chair is about 18 inches wide and 18 inches deep, so likely it's about 24 by 20. And now make that a component, create, doesn't matter if I name it or not. I'm just going to drag it up with my push-pull tool up to my base here. And now our cabinet is black. So let me select my cabinet. Oh, what's going on here? What did I do? Let's go back. Let's undo some stuff. I see what I did. Okay, I was editing this component as I made a new component. So let's double click outside of that. Now I'm going to draw my base, which is going to be roughly 20 by 24, or 24 by 20, I mean. Now I will double click, make it a component, create. Now let's grab my push-pull tool, double click, grab my push-pull tool, pull all the way up. That looks good. Now I'm going to make it black. And now it looks like I have my my full model ready to go in. So what I'll do now is I'll take all this stuff. Oh, I'm going to group it, but I'm going to make a footprint for it as well. So the footprint that I'm going to make is I want to make sure that if this is about 48 inches deep this way, I want to make sure that I have 48 inches deep on the front. So I'm going to add that in. And I'm also going to add in the water tank to the back. All right, you guys don't need to see me do that. I'll add this in, and once it's in, I'll show you what I'll do with it. Feel free to skip ahead to the last part of the video. All right, there we go. So I'm going to delete my guide. I'm going to take this. I'm going to make it a group. And now I have my model that I can put into my SketchUp. Now I have the model of the CNC plasma cutter that I can put into my SketchUp model of the entire room. Now that I have this model, I'm going to save it. So I have a folder where I keep all of my SketchUp stuff. It's called, weirdly, SketchUp docs. I'm going to save it in there. I'm going to call it CNC plasma with footprint. All right, I'll save it in there. And now what I do is I can go to Trimble, and once I log into it, let's see here, Trimble Connect. There we go. Once you type in your credentials, you'll see some of the projects that you're working on. So I have this one here that I've created. Click on it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Tools and Footprints, and I'm going to add a 3D model. So let's go to Upload Files. I can drag and drop, or I'm going to go Browse. Let's do that. So I'm going to go to my Documents, back to my SketchUp file, or my SketchUp folder, and I save that as CNC. Let's go date modified maybe, and there we go. And there it is. So I'm going to open that. I'm going to upload it. Yeah, and look at that. Now I noticed that it's only 516 kilobytes, which is awesome, because before I was dealing with something that was like 48 megabytes. So now you can take this model and you can put it into your plan. So a quick review. Let's go back to SketchUp here real quick. When you are using the 3D warehouse and you are looking for things, the one thing you really need to be careful about is the file size, because we're going to be adding a lot of tools, and if we add a whole bunch of tools like this one here, which is an awesome model, we're going to be adding a whole bunch of megabytes to our file, and it's just going to be way too big. So that's the first thing you're going to need to look for. Second thing that you're going to look for is sometimes you can find some files that maybe aren't the best model, but they don't need to be the best model for us, because remember, we're not thinking like engineers. We're thinking like architects, and it just needs to visually show the space and what the thing sort of looks like. So remember, what I did is, I'll get out of here. I took that model and I recolored a few things to kind of look like ours. I moved the computer over. I resized it. Yeah, the slats don't go the right way, and there's a few things that are off about it a little bit, but it's good enough for us to use. And then once I was done, I added my footprint, and now this is a tool that's ready to be used. And all I did was I logged into my Trimble account, and I uploaded it into the folder called Tools and Footprints. So now you guys have it, and you're ready to use it.